is at this point, so now you've got a finished book, and now you're going to have to, and we talked about all of this in the last training, what is the physical size of the book going to be? What is the pricing going to be? Now you have to really finalize your title, subtitle, anything else that's going on the cover. What are all the cover elements going to be? What kind of cover you want? You know, you got to get clear on these things at this point. And then the next thing you're going to do is send it to your launch team. So we talked about this before too. So kind of like beta readers, the launch team are people who you get, your recruit, volunteers, fans. If you've got another book, you put a book out before. Otherwise, it can just be friends and family and, you know, and acquaintances, anybody who would be interested in reading your book and is willing to give you a review, because that's what the launch team does, is they read your book and give you a review. So you'll send it out to your launch team to read. The book is not in a book format yet, but it doesn't have to be. You can send it to them just in like print digital, send them a digital copy so that they can read it. And you want them to start reading it as we go and get the cover design done and the interior design done. So of course, we talked a lot about cover. We haven't talked much about interior design, and interior design is just really paragraphs and the title and the numbers at the bottom and making sure there's enough gutter here. And there's a lot of little things that go into it, and we'll go more in depth and different training just on doing interior design. But if budget is a real concern for you and you're like, I don't know if I can afford somebody to do a nice interior design and a cover design and everything, if you have to make those kind of choices, spend the money on the cover, because ultimately, well, an interior design really helps your book to look professional. It's the cover that's going to sell it. So spend the money here, get a good cover designer. If you have to make a choice between the two, favor the cover. Now that we've got your cover in place, now, and that we talked about this in the last training too, this is where you need to know what are the categories you're going to put your book in, what are the search terms that you need, that your audience is going to be using to find this book or a book like this. You have to decide on if you're going to get an ISBN or just use the Amazon version. What is the sales copy that's going to describe your book, both on your sales page, and probably use some of that in the back of your book. You need that done. And if you haven't gotten your endorsements back now yet, if that's something you were doing, got to get those guys, chase after them a little bit. And we talked about a strategy for that before too, where, you know, how you can get those people to kind of tell you what they liked about the book and then just say, great, can I use that as in your endorsement then? So if they feel like, you know, so there's, anyways, you want to kind of get that because you'll want to use the endorsements in the front of your book. So yeah, if that's something you're doing, you want to have it.